Dyslexic genius here. What I'm going to talk about is the whole spindle shaft governor casting and why you need to take it apart and what happens to it and how to get stuck parts out. You can see here the oil and stuff on this bearing for the governor. They get stuck. It just glues it down. So the end governor piece wouldn't come out. So what you do is you take a small punch and make sure you don't run into the governor drive gear right here, and it's going to clear it. And just take a steel punch and just give it a tappy, and there it pops out. And you can see these things just glue in there. Now what happens is the old oils and acids, you can't get the governor drive gear out, and you have to go this way, because if you go this way, pull it down, the governor drive gear is going to hit the side of the casting here and it's going to bend it. So we have to look out for that. The other reason we're taking it apart, you can see all this crud and hair and crap in here. All that. So when you oil it, you always oil here. It has a recessed area. If we're oiling the spindle shaft, that all has to be cleaned out. So what you can do is you take the end bearing out, being careful not to lose that ball bearing inside right here. And you see this also has a chamfer for oiling, and it also has a hole to let it out. We have to clean all that out. So you can use a piece of wood, round rod, or you take a piece of brass and drill a hole down the middle like I did there, about 3/16 inch hole, and you just go. And that's glued on. There we go. And as I'm pounding it, you can see this stuff coming off of it. There we go. Once it gets down to the end, we pull this apart. Now when you look at it, you see this brownish tinge? That's the shellac off the oil, and then here's a big chunk of crap. So all this has to be cleaned and polished out, and then we will flex hone this.
Flex on what?
We'll flex hone this hole, and then you see how there's some rust here? You just take some little bit of 320 sandpaper, and we want to come in and clean these off and kind of check to see if there's a burr here. You can usually just sand them out with a little 320, but we have a little rust in here. We'll sand all that out also. And now the hard work comes. We have to clean and polish all this, and then we'll put it back together, and I'll talk about how it all goes together and adjustments. And that's my tip for the day.